All right. You can also call Rick at 616-249-8227 to get the ball rolling. If you just want to talk to his beautiful, fast-talking face, well, I guess you'll just be hearing him. But anyway, TC Paintball, thank you very much. 616-249-8227 if you would be so inclined. If you've ever been to one of my paintball bashes before, Rick is, of course, a small business owner, and he can't get after it for quite some time with the restrictions in place. So if you could buy it in advance, you'd help feed his family. 616-249-8227 if you can. I realize a lot of you are in the same boat as Rick, but so if you can. Thank you so much to TC Paintball for continuing to be a sponsor despite all of this weirdness. That is fantastic. Meanwhile, a lot of people are working from home, and their computers are their lifeline to the workplace. So if you get in the weeds, your employees can be helped out by Blue Frost IT. They have greatly slashed the price of their hourly fixed rate, okay, by more than 50%. My gosh. So just keep in mind, Blue Frost IT is there for you. 616-200-8550. There's no end in sight in terms of people working from home. The new normal is going to be that. I've been talking to many people who are like, yeah, I don't even need to go into work anymore. I figured out a way to do it, survive and adapt, right? Or adapt and survive. 616-200-8550 for Blue Frost IT, the managed IT service provider for the Eric Zane Show podcast. God, what was it? I was going to play something that. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get going. On your mark, get set, begin.
And now, here's a guy who looks like something that I would draw with my left hand.
You're so ugly you can be a modern art masterpiece.
It's the Eric Zane Show podcast with your host, Eric Zane.
Thank you, John. Hey, welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast. So glad that you are here. This is a daily show that covers news, nonsense, and my personal adventures every single day. If there's something that's happening in the news, I am going to discuss it with you, okay? And I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm going to give you my huge opinion. 1-866-838-HUGE. Give you my huge opinion. Monday is a huge opinion Monday. Tuesday is huge opinion Monday. Wednesday is shout out Wednesday, shout out huge opinion Wednesday. People come first. People's got opinions. People. Constitution, people. Constitution, power to the people. Statewide web address, 866-838-HUGE. He got it. Yeah, okay. So that's what's up.
Wow. Okay, that's really ignorant.
Thank you, Pellerito, for that. Got a new drop. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, that's really ignorant.
From yesterday, that is Anderson with the mayor of Las Vegas. Okay, let's get after this. In fact,
Facebook fight. You are wrong and I am right.
Yeah.
You are a stupid prick. You can suck my big fat dick. This is another Facebook fight.
All right, so in quarantine, I decided that I wanted to go the route on Facebook, Twitter, and my website of a snarky-ass headline, mean-spirited insult story. And the intent there has had the desired effect. I have had people saying, yeah, get him, running towards me, and then a large number of people running away from me saying, yeah, fuck you. So, yeah, I've had a big plummet, like a dropping like a stone number of people following on Facebook. Now, at the end of the day, it's not a huge deal. I honestly, about 300 people have said, fuck yeah, man, I'm sick and tired of that guy. And But on Patreon, it's been like blowing up. I mean, people are like, I love what you're saying. Here, take my money. I want more. So that's like a thing. So I don't know. I have no idea what's right, what's wrong, but all I'm doing is going with my gut. And so, you know, I've been posting shit with snarky comments for weeks now. And pissing everybody off. It's remarkable how sensitive people have gotten, and I don't know if it's the quarantine or what, but I did not get into this business to write, here's a nice puppy, and then that's it. Well, I actually would do that, but, you know, I mean, I am supposed to stir the pot, and so I've been following along with some of the things that people have been presenting to me with their dissatisfaction. I have many customers who are not satisfied. Truth be told, let me start with Facebook. I earlier, probably late last week, maybe early this week, I posted a story about some crazy lady who did this. She had heard, she didn't experience, and if you read the story, if you actually read the fucking story, you'd have seen this. She had heard that there were people in grocery stores that were, get ready, judging people who came into the store with their kids. Now, I had never done this. I had never seen this happen. But this mom, single mom, had just heard that this is a thing. Who knows if it's true? Probably is. But she did not experience it. All right? Are we on the same page here? Some of you are going to get pissed off all over again, and I don't give a shit. She had heard that there were people that were judging moms who go into the store with their kids. So what she did was, in this big, dramatic, bold moment, wrote on a piece of paper, "Back off, America. I know you're judging me. I must bring my child to the store because I am a single mother and I have no one to care for her. Stay back 6 feet." It actually said that on the note. I'm paraphrasing, but essentially it was real bitchy. And then, so this 5-year-old sitting there in the cart, and this mom pins it to the back of the kid, this big, long, stupid note, and pins one to the front. And then, they're all, then they go and buy their stuff. And then she decided that the world needed to know about this. So she snapped a picture of the kid with the dumb note, probably humiliating the hell out of the kid. Kid's only 5, though. I don't know if it even matters. And then posted it for the world to see. Of course, it caught fire. And all the like-minded, yeah, you go, girls, and all that shit happens. And I saw that, and I was like, well, she is clearly a drama queen and is loving all of the drama. I love the drama. I get that. You can tell you what, drama queen, that's me. I'm a drama queen. I'm a drama, yes, queen. It wouldn't be king. It'd be a queen. So, all right. Who knows what is what? But I know this. Nothing happened to her in a preemptive, bitchy drama queen move. She did that. All right? So, I call it like I see it. My headline was Drama Queen Post. No, I mean, it was, you've seen it. You can find it at on InTheNewsOfEricZaneShow.com. I stand by it. It's a completely big, bold, dramatic move. Most people would just shut up, go get your shit, and leave. That's it. Okay? But not her. So I posted about it. Well, as usual, everybody on my Facebook page is either like, yeah, nice job, or you get a, I don't want to say a few. There's actually quite a bit of people who are pissed off at me, really mad at me when I do that. And I'm like, what? I'm doing this to spur a discussion, for God's sake, and to get your attention, me being a drama queen. So, you know, I once again, I post it, and then I look, and then it's scrolling. The number of Facebook likes is dropping like a stone. So then it subsides. That's how it goes. You know, I'm like it's like weeding out the garden is what you're doing here, because with every new post that I make, more and more people leave me. And these are people who probably didn't really pay too much attention. They just kind of followed me way back in the day. But you know, who knows? I take that back. There are a few, and I'll get to this in a second, on Patreon, because I found a spot on Patreon. There's an exit interview. Like if you leave, if you quit, they ask you a few questions, and they write comments about me, and I found that. So I'm going to share that with you, what people don't like about me in the podcast. This is funny and enjoyable, actually. I'm getting thicker skin about this. It sucks when I first discover it, but then an hour passes. I'm like, fuck it. So this guy, Jeff, writes on Messenger on Facebook. Now, this is one of these people who, rather than just unfollowing or whatever, has to announce it with either a post or an email. I hereby declare, by order of me, that I shall not be following you further. You have insulted me, and you have insulted this single mother by calling her a drama queen. Tisk, tisk, Eric Zane. I do say I am done with you. Away. I am now moving on, and I have had it with you, Eric Zane. Ha! Jeff writes, after the drama queen mom post, I have unfollowed. Shaming people at this time isn't right or what we need. I had been supportive of your work and your struggles. This was too far for me in this time. Dude, did you read it? Whatever happened to, if you followed me up to this point, you take a headline, you don't read the article, and this is your breaking point? Get the fuck out of here. Hit the road. So I was curious. So right now I'm telling him to fuck off, but I wanted to get some information out of the moron. So I wrote, jeez. Sorry to see you go, Jeff. Maybe after you cool down, you'll be back. He won't now, if he finds out about this. One more thing, Jeff, just out of curiosity. Now, I'm actually being honest with you. I'm trying to get information out of him. Did you listen to the podcast at all? I'd like to see where they are in their fan of the show, you know? If you did, what was it on Facebook or the, hold on, let me back up. I can't even read my own writing. If you did follow Jeff, was it on Facebook or the audio podcast? And he wrote back, yes. I would get the audio podcast from time to time. So that guy probably hasn't listened in 12 months anyway, so who really gives a shit? But it just gives you an idea of what we're dealing with here. So, at the end of the day, I didn't do anything other than just point out the dramatic nature of this woman who, again, if you read the article, nothing happened to her. She had heard that people are sometimes judging a parent who goes into a store with a kid. Like, hey, you shouldn't have your kid in here. What are you doing? So even though it never happened to her, she did all of that and pinned the note on her kid. It's ridiculous. So I stand by it. And if you don't like it, fuck off. I was talking with Hughes the other day, yesterday. He goes, man, I fucking love your podcast. I go, yeah, what's up? He goes, well, first of all, Bill always starts every conversation is, This is what you should do, Zane. So, and I'm always like, fuck. You should start right out of the gate with telling people to fuck off. Just open it. He loves the fact that I can tell people to fuck off. Just if it were me, I'll say, well, this is a huge show live across Michigan. The statewide web address, 1-866-838-HUGE. It's Ask Anything Friday. Fuck off. You can go fuck yourself. And while you're at it, you can suck my ass. He loves that. And I love him for acknowledging that he loves that. It makes me happy. Bill is living vicariously through me. Yes, I'll take it. So, where was I? He's like, oh, you gotta open up the show with, I know you love your sponsors, but the first thing out of your mouth has got to be, everybody eat shit. And then you go to the sponsor. I'm like, all right, okay, great. So, talking to him was fun. He's, we talked a little bit about the virus. We talked a little bit about radio. Bill is not, in fact, employed by a radio station anymore. He is employed by a gentleman by the name of Marty Boer. Now, Marty runs a content network. Marty's job is to put the content in front of the radio stations. And then the radio stations decide if they want to bring the content aboard. Belizean, who's on in the morning on what is now 13, what is it? I don't remember. 1340 WJRW or whatever. Bill is on AM. And then, whatever. That's all a Marty Boer thing. So we're having this conversation about what Bill does these days. And we're sitting there making fun of radio as it circles the drain. I posted a story about Cumulus did a mass cut, another mass cut during COVID-19. And if I talk about particular things on Cumulus, I'm going to get sued. Hold on, I got to plug this charger in. Then you got to tell your audience to eat shit. So Bill and I were discussing the furloughs at Cumulus. Now, I can't sit there and tell you much of anything about my time at Cumulus. All I can tell you is that it's a great place to work. But this is a enormous deal during COVID-19. All these employees have to take mandatory 3 weeks off in the next 3 months without pay, and they can't do any work. And then there's other people, like the office manager, like Crystal, who I love. She would have to work at reduced rate and has to work. So they're like, you have to work for reduced rate because nobody can cover your job. Crazy ass shit. And by the way, the CEO made $7 million last year. She's taking a big hit too. I think she's going to make 50% less. I hope she can get by on $3.5 million in the next year. I hope she can feed her family. So, all right. I want to get to. I just discovered this. I've been doing Patreon for what is now like 16 months. And basically that has resulted into an extension of the podcast. I do sponsor-supported podcasts, and then I do listener-supported podcasts. The main thing behind Patreon is the extra podcast, audio and video. Over time, I've added things to it. And I do my best to keep it fresh. I have the trivia with Dale for cash. I've got Fear Bunker trivia, which we're playing tonight. Cannot wait for that. So, we're slowly adding things to the roster, and it's $5 a month. And it's for the fan who just wants a little more. I don't promise you the earth, the moon, and the stars, but if you want to do it, do it. I don't beg you, whatever. And that was, in fact, the very first thing, Patreon, to make me think that, hey, I can be a podcaster every single day of the week. I've been doing it on radio for 1 billion years. What the hell does it matter? I just do it on my own. And Patreon is the entity that made me think that I could do it. But when you want out, if you don't want it anymore, Patreon puts you through an exit interview where they ask you, like, stock answers, of things that you can click on as to why you're leaving. And so some people write things like you can click on a button that says my financial situation changed, and that happens. That's the way of the world. There's also an option for some other reason. And then there's a spot where you can leave comments. Let's read a few, huh? On April 22nd, a person, I don't know who you are, you can say whatever you want, and I don't see it, got out and said technical issues. Not sure what the technical issues are, but it does happen. This one, April 6, 2020. Entertaining content is non-existent. Oh, no. All right. April 16th, this person said, I fully support the protesters. Okay, this is the one. This is the one guy or girl who is just pushed over the edge by me beating the shit out of the people having political rallies in front of state capitals. These are people's businesses folding over people's businesses are folding over the restrictions that could be modified to keep everyone safe and allow people to not lose everything. So been out of shape over that one. Yikes. March 4th, 2020. Lost interest. Oh, Jesus. These are all things that not only hurt me for an instant, but toughen me up. Let's see. I only intended to give Eric Zane a specific amount of money, and now I have done that. Thank you. Eric Zane wasn't as active as I expected. I'm not happy with Patreon's features or services, so it's a number of things. By the way, I need to say that even the people that are pissed off here, I am extremely flattered that you would even give me 1 red cent, and I thank you. Even those of you that are mad at me, that's okay. That's what I'm here for. That's my job. This person, February 7th, said, good luck, Zane. All the best. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Too busy to listen on January 23rd. No problem. How about this one? January 21. We're working through Dave Ramsey's program to get out of debt. Well, you're doing a good thing. Every bit counts. I can fully appreciate that. Started a new job. Don't have the access and or time to listen. Completely. All of these are acceptable reasons, by the way. Not a single one of these is unacceptable, and I appreciate and respect every one of them. Every month, my payment gets held up due to fraud protection. Boy, that's a bummer. January 3rd, that person said that. And I don't know what the fuck is going on with Patreon. And I don't know if it's a Patreon thing or your bank thing. But, unfortunately, that's the way it goes. This person needs another person in there. No, I don't. That was on November 16th of 2019. No, I don't. First way to shitty show. Bring in another body who won't get out of the fucking way. Fuck that. Let's see. Oh, this one is good. November 1st. $10 for a half-hour bullshit session, and that's it? Why did I hear about lost Zane tapes? Where are those? I don't know. They're in the other room. Come on over. We can listen to them together. October 2nd. If I wasn't broke as a joke, I'd stay on. I'm sure I will be back. Thanks, Eric, for being awesome and for being you. No problem. I try. Ooh, how about this one? September 29th. Eric, I understand it's your show, but the language at times is a bit excessive. Just saying. It's not my thing. Totally get it. I appreciate you giving even 1 cent. Ooh, this is a good one. You see, people take this. These are people who love me so much, they gave me money, and then something happened that changed them. Think about that. Now, I've never said I've changed, and I've never indicated I would, so I don't know where this comes from. I'm me. Take it or leave it, okay? And that's it. I'm not going to be in the business of, okay, I'm going to go and cater to this particular faction of people or this one person or my mom or my dad. Occasionally I'll get a call from my mom or my dad. Eric. Yeah, Dad. We need to talk. What is it? I have heard about the bad language and trash talk, and I do not support this. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. But I've done this since I was 15 years old. And it isn't like I've been swearing the whole time. But you know what I have done since I started doing this is followed my gut. Followed my gut. And the path has led me where it's led me. Some good, some bad, some highs, some lows. For me, some boredom, some chaos, some calm. And I'm okay with that. So if you're okay with that, here you go. I don't give a shit. Fuck it. I feel I only have to do this for another 10 years and I can wrap it up and just go up north. This person wrote this. September 26, 2019. Listen up. Eric is right. He hasn't changed over the years, and he knows what the hell he is doing. But what I have learned is I have changed. I no longer want my money associated with someone who will call someone out by name and belittle them because of a private email from a listener to him, then that email being ridiculed. Maybe I will try out the freebie in a month or two to see if and then it cut off. I don't know. I guess the guy kept writing and realized that he only had a certain number of characters. He was so mad. Well, look, I can tell you, sir, that everybody who's watching right now with maybe a handful love it when I do that shit. If you send me an email, what dumb shit doesn't think that I'm going to take that and go to my platform with it? And who knows, I would love to, I don't remember the email. I have no idea what the person said, but I can promise you it was somewhat condescending and attacking. And if I want to address it, I can address it. So it's my choice to do that, and it's that person's choice to say, fuck you, Eric, I don't want to pay you. God, this is great. Something going on with I wanted to go back to March of last year. That was when the big drama with Ben went down. And let's see. No one really mentions that specifically from way back in March. Probably just people who didn't like the show. Still an easy fan, just not a lot of time to listen. I'm not able to listen, don't have enough time, get a lot of that. Boring. This is March of 2019. Boring. Radio show was great. This is not. This is not. Now I would like to think. I know that, especially way back when, that was like 2 months after I got started in this. So that probably was pretty boring. I don't blame a mass exodus of people leaving me at that time. I also don't blame anybody who sided with Ben during the drama. I mean, you believe what you want to believe. To me, that's water under the bridge, and I don't want to pick that fight anymore. It did happen, there's no question, but whatever. Let's see. Patreon keeps billing me incorrectly. Not a fan of the format. Stream of mind thought. I like the family interaction, like when you were on YouTube after leaving Free Beer and Hot Wings. You are great on the radio, but most podcasts need more than one person to keep the momentum going. Yeah, I agree with that, especially back in March, but I don't agree with that now. I like the direction of it now. I don't want to bring anybody in. Too much drama, too much negativity. Sorry, man, I was a huge fan, but this is too much. Maybe I'll be back in the future. Really sorry. I do feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. I appreciate your support. I just don't get enough chance to listen. I can wear headphones at work, and sometimes the content is not safe for work. I get it because Eric's hilarious. Thank you. I'll definitely be back once I can figure out how to get my podcast in my car. Oh, dude, come on. Seriously, if an old, feeble idiot like me can figure it out, you can figure that out. All right. That is that. Okay, hold on. I'm not done. Quote, apparently I said this. The guy, now when I read this, it's going to sound ridiculous, but I promise you I said it. And when I said it caused this guy to cancel his Patreon. Quote, the guy in the park was likely a gang member or something, so he deserved to be shot. Fuck. Did I say that? I guess I did. Then he wrote, I can tell you live in Jenison. All right. I don't. I live in Hudsonville. That's it. That's it. I wanted to go over that. Man, the open of the Eric Zane Show podcast, and I didn't even get into what I wanted to talk about. I had no idea that the Facebook fight / Patreon fight was going to last this long. I know it's self-indulgent. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's at least fun to some degree to hear some of the feedback I get. That is 16 months of Patreon feedback, and I just discovered it yesterday. All right. We are going to get to the lung scrubber. Trump, oh no. As I said, I got to call him like I see him. I have planted my flag in being a common sense supporter of Trump. I don't want to say supporter, voter. I am not a supporter. I am not an endorser. You might call it semantics. I'm a voter. And my vote is going to him. I am resisting the urge to say for now. But I know a lot of you are like, how? How can you do that, you dumb shit? No, shut up. That's where my vote's going. And don't judge me, or I'll have to pin a sign on me that says, don't judge me. And be all dramatic about it. That's where my vote's going. But yesterday, something really strange happened, and I need to unpack this. Because it's fair. If it's bad, and I think it is, I'm going to take a shit on it. So if you're going to be a pussy about it, you know what's going on is all the people that are like the Trump guys, they're going to be like, oh man, I'm going to pop him one right in the nose over this. Grain of salt, it's an entertainment show. And all the lefties are like, oh yeah, he's going to get him. We must unpack this. I listened to it and I went, maybe I should sidestep this. And I said, no way, man. I'm going to get my ass kicked if I sidestep this. I got to unpack it. It's going to get bloody. Shit. And I've got a small business shout out I'll get to before that. Damn it. All right. Lately, I guess it's just because I've mentioned it a bunch of times. The Patreon has been going like gangbusters. I've had 18 new subscribers and only 6 deletes. Thank you. So that's great. Cameo is blowing up, and all I did was mention it a few times. I just did one for Anthony that you must see. I got to post it. It's really not safe for work. This dumb shit named Anthony had a birthday, and Jeff wanted me to roast him, so I did. It's the most recent one, cameo.com/Eric Zane. If you want me to do that to a friend of yours, hire me. It's going to cost you $15 plus tip. All right? You don't have to leave a tip, but I just say that because you can. I can take it any direction you want. I can be sweet and nice. With Anthony, Jeff said, I want you to light his ass on fire. He is a very dear friend of mine, and I love you. But Zane, roast. You have permission to roast. And he gave me like a book of things to light Anthony's ass on fire about, and I didn't need it, but I used it anyway. So do that. Hire me on Cameo. It's so much better than like some dumb birthday gift that he's just going to go, whatever, or a stupid card. Come on. Hire me to do this. They'll have it forever. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. Terrytown RV. This is what's up at Terrytown. First of all, it's terrytownrv.com. Terry, townrv.com. Won't be long till they're getting back after it, and people are going through and looking at all the wonderful units that are for sale, the hundreds of them. You'll be keeping social distances rules in place, but still you'll be looking at them. Why not go to the website and check out what you think you'll like? And if you really feel like you're up for it, click Call Me. And Eric Zane sent me. And they'll call you, and they can actually sell you one over the phone. Wouldn't that be sweet? All right? So if you got the extra jack, or you're looking to spend, I don't know, $180 a month, which some of these you can get in for even lower than that, you can get a new travel trailer, camper, fifth wheel, motorhome, Class A, Class C, diesel, gas, Sprinter van, whatever it may be, at Terrytown RV, terrytownrv.com. Thank you. Okay. One last thing before I get to the small business shout-out. Horizon Hydroponics. 866-791-1664. If you're in the Lansing area, Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids on Alpine, or the Growers Outlet in Byron Center, call them up, say, hey, I need some soil. I need some fertilizer. I need some new light bulbs. All right, we got you. Pickup is going to be in front of the store. You pull up. It's there waiting. You've already paid for it. You just grab it and put it in your car and you go, man. That's why a lot of these businesses are doing their transactions these days. And brick and mortar places like Horizon Hydroponics, fortunately for them, they had the infrastructure set up in the event of a major catastrophe. They're like preppers for pot, okay? They don't like me to say pot, cannabis. If you're growing the cannabis indoors, you can get it all at horizonhydroponics.com, H-O-R-I-Z-E-N, hydroponics.com. Anywhere in the United States, go to the website. Free shipping on orders over $250. And again, this is a local company, but it's national. So no matter where you are in the world, whether you're Jeff in Maine who doesn't follow me anymore and is butthurt by me making fun of the drama queen, or you're someone else in Medford, Oregon with the green thumb, Horizon Hydroponics. Okay? Yes, Horizon Hydroponics, how can I help you? Yes, this is Jeff in Maine. I am here to say that you are a sponsor of the Eric Zane Show podcast, and I am not listening anymore. I have unfollowed him on Facebook. I am just calling all of his sponsors to make that announcement. Herefore, I will not be listening to him anymore. Now, they're so sweet at Horizon Hydroponics. They're going to go, okay, thanks, man. Carry on. Have a Zen day. Boom. You call Joe Martinez, he's going to go, ay, ay, ay. Fuck you. Fuck you, pendejo. Click. I think that's a nasty thing to say in Spanish. I should get I should write out a series of nasty things to say to people in Spanish and have Joe just say them, and I can play them like over here on the machine. So I can have like various buttons of just horrible things to say in Spanish, like fuck off, eat shit, go fuck yourself. And you can just hit the button and it's Joe say, I know he'd do it. All right, man, I am wound up today. You can tell that I'm ready for the weekend. Everybody's working for the weekend. A little bit too much swearing today, Zane. I'm not happy with that. I cannot wait until Fear Bunker Trivia tonight. That is going to be awesome. $50 on the line for my friends at Bennett Flooring Installation. And not only, it's winner take all of all the people that are playing. You win, you get the $50, and you got to be on Patreon to play. So if you're not on Patreon, too bad. You can also win the Sugar Mountain, which is a big pile of all these little Debbie snacks, thanks to Mike Ball. All right. So this dude has been taking it on the chin. Small business shout out, Marine Clean Power Washing. Hey, Zane, what are you doing with the power washer? Well, I told you, that's the shout out.
Hey, this is Don.
Don, how are you, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Eric? How you doing, man?
Never better. Am I supposed to say like Semper Fi or something since you're a Marine?
Yeah, you can say that. We like that. We like hearing that.
What is
Most
that?
Marines
What does that
sometimes try to
even?
be themselves.
What does Semper Fi mean? I've heard it said many times, but I don't even really know what that actually means.
Semper Fi is short for, it's Latin, short for Semper Fidelis, which means always faithful.
Oh,
Marine Corps,
okay.
that's our motto.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
people should put that in their marriage vows then. Don't you think that would work? Semper Fi, I'm always faithful.
I think so, man. I think if people would actually, grab onto that and believe that, maybe it would work.
One more thing before we start talking about the business on the small business shout out. Are you called former Marine or are you called Marine?
I just call, people call me Marine, former Marine. I don't like the ex-Marine thing. Former Marine is fine, but I mean, I think once you join the Marine Corps, especially the Marine Corps, you are a Marine until the day you die.
I agree, because the Marine has a set of, well, any member of the armed services and people who are first responders have a duty, and they have like a code, So I think that we're retired, former, or just Marine, those all work, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that works. It's ingrained in us. So.
All right. Well, Don, a little bit about you, Don Whidden from Marine Clean Power Washing. You grew up right here in West Michigan, isn't that right, Don?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then at some point you said, I think I'm going to enter the Marine Corps. How old were you when you decided to go down that road, Don?
I was 20 years old and young and foolish and needed some direction. Had a son, and I wanted to have some, some good foundational stuff to prove to myself that I could, make it in this life successfully, I guess. And the Marine Corps was my path.
Okay, so basically you wanted to do something hard to toughen you up.
Absolutely.
And that's hard, yes?
It's extremely hard. A lot of people play it off. A lot of Marines play it off, and it's funny because I didn't see a dry eye when every one of those guys graduated and became Marines. So
yeah, it's something about the struggle, I mean, the fact that every single resourceful woman and man made it through, and it's time to move on. I can imagine all that sweat equity that any Marine puts into that. That's a special moment.
Yeah, and it creates a bond forever too, man. Like these guys that I went through boot camp with, and the ones that made it through all the wars and stuff like that, those guys I'm still connected to. And obviously my unit, Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 24th Marines, hoorah, all you guys out there, freaking love those guys. Always connected, man.
That is exceptional to hear, and I'm just hearing you kind of reflect on it makes me feel good.
That's awesome, man.
When you look back, because obviously, you have this warm feeling about it, but there had to have been moments that were temporary, extreme, uncomfortable in nature. What stands out as a thing that was the most uncomfortable for you? I don't know if it's a long march or sleep deprivation or whatever it may be. What stands out as, I hope I don't have to do that again?
Looking back into training, honestly, the first thing that comes to mind, I would say even after training, was in 2003, we had a 4-day notice before our unit got activated. Things were a lot different back then. Now they do build-ups. They do 6-month build-ups. You know that you're going overseas. But we had a 4-day notice, and then our unit got activated in Grand Rapids in Michigan for about 3 weeks, and then we got shipped overseas. So you had to say goodbye to the kids.
Yeah.
And that was a very short time to get all your ducks in a line. So I would never, ever want to have to do that again. I'm glad I did it. And if I had to, I'd go back and do it. But that would be probably the worst thing.
All right. Well, you did a great job. Now here you are with this tremendous skill set, no doubt leadership ability. Hell, you're a Marine and you fought for us. Running a power washing company is going to be a piece of cake for you for the rest of your life. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. Small businesses.
Yeah, I know.
I'm battle in itself.
Yeah, I'm totally being silly. I understand, but I firmly believe that you have the right stuff to get that done. But here we are, smack dab in the middle of everybody not being able to work, and you're part of that. You cannot do your thing of power washing people's equipment in their homes, correct?
Well, we're doing some because according to the EPA and the CDC websites, our cleaner actually kills the virus. I mean, I can't make those claims, but according to those websites, the cleaner we use to wash houses kills the virus and any other, even if it's in the air. So,
well, hell, maybe Trump will want you to clean somebody's insides with like power washing. You heard that story? I don't know. He might be like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna stick the wand down your throat and we're gonna clean out your belly.
Oh my gosh, I hope not. That would not be good. 3 times the PSI, 8 gallons a minute. Not be good.
We're looking into it. Okay. So you do have the ability to do some jobs. What type of jobs are you able to do right now, Don?
We're doing no contact house washing. I mean, obviously I'm probably doing about a third of what I'd normally do. We're not getting the calls that we're getting. And if we do, or that we normally get, if we do get a call, a lot of times guys they want their houses washed after this whole thing lifts.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's not nearly as busy, not even close to being as busy as it normally is. So we do no contact house washes. So like I have, like the Cash App, and there's different, no contact ways of paying.
Yep.
So
sure.
we're not, how it goes. So.
All right. Well, that all sounds like you can at least do something based on what you said. So I want people to keep that in mind, and also keep you in mind further down the road. In this podcast, I have like comments, and it'll be contacts for you and how to reach you, and all that stuff. So I'll make sure that people know. But I now, is the phone number that you want them to call for Marine Clean Power Washing 616-788-8925? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, so you got you doing your thing. You got the kid. As soon as we get some clean air, you're going to be getting after it. And I know we're going to look past this, and it's going to be great. But we just have to get past it. I thank you for doing what you did, and being a volunteer leader of our military like that is just tremendous. And I see big things for you, Don. I really appreciate you.
Thanks a lot, Eric. I appreciate it, man.
All right. Well, you have a hell of a day and a good weekend, and brighter days are coming. Thank you, Don Whidden from Marine Clean Power Washing, okay?
Awesome, Eric. Have a great day. God bless you, man.
You too. Thank you so much. There he is. I love that. Marine Clean Power Washing, 616-788-8925. Zane, I'm going to kick your ass for having a power washer on. Yeah, no deal. But he's going to clean the insides of me. No, seriously, it's all about getting the word out for any of these businesses, whoever it may be. So, if you see the Uncle Sam at the top of my Facebook page, I know lately I've been talking about how everybody thinks I'm a heartless bastard, and they're sending me notes announcing that they're not following me anymore. But amongst all of that heartlessness of me and the evil nature of me, if you could go ahead and leave your business on the podcast, on my page, on my Facebook page, and you can put yourself on there. I want to feature your local business. It doesn't have to be in West Michigan. It can be anywhere in the United States. Okay. I do have another guest I want to get to, but I want to talk about lung scrubbing right now. And then after that, I'm going to bring along Nate Gillespie. He started an excellent Facebook page called the Coronavirus Civilian Corps. I talked about them yesterday on the podcast. Nate will join me in moments. I might actually be a few minutes late on Nate. I hope he doesn't have some. He's a very busy man. But it all depends on how long it takes me to unpack this. I started seeing tweets yesterday about the president indicated something about putting UV light into human bodies. You know, that's what gives you a sunburn. And or, in the word he used was inject disinfectant into your body. Just after some guy from the who the hell is he? God, I forget it. Bear with me. There was a dude who is known as Bill Bryan. He leads the United States Department of Homeland Security Science and Technology Division. Mr. Bryan had a slideshow, and he says, ladies and gentlemen, we are learning that sunlight, UV light, if you have a droplet of saliva with COVID that's laced with COVID, if it's not in UV light, it has a certain life. It exists for a certain amount of time. While in the sun, it doesn't exist as long. Now, who knows why? It could be that in the sun, the liquid saliva evaporates around it, and then thus causing a quicker death of the virus. I don't know. Brian also then on a slide indicated that if you spray disinfectant on COVID, bleach, if you just put it on there, will kill it in 5 minutes. Rubbing alcohol, like half a minute or a minute. And if you actually clean it with a rag. Now, to me, this is him saying, this is what we're working on, and this is how you can keep your home clean. But then the fucking president, and you people better not get one bit pissed at me about this, okay? Anybody who is a fan of Trump, again, I'm voting for him, so shut up. All the lefties are getting ready for this. They're loving this. The rest of you better shut up right now and just listen to this. He then indicated something that I couldn't believe. And when I saw tweets about it, well, that didn't happen. That's fake news. There's no way that happened. You know, you remember when the Trump was talking about hydroxychloroquine, and then the idiot drank the fish tank cleaner and died, and CBS News said, Trump caused this guy to do that. That's what I was thinking was going on. I was thinking, oh, great, more fake news, bullshit. All right. I'm going to play you the clip. It starts with Brian telling his tale about what he's learned. And then Trump goes and speaks on the podium.
To date, the virus in droplets of saliva survives best in indoors and dry conditions. The virus does not survive as well in droplets of saliva, and that's important because a lot of testing being done is not necessarily being done, number one, with the COVID-19 virus, and number two, in saliva or respiratory fluids. And thirdly, the virus dies the quickest in the presence of direct sunlight under these conditions. And when you look at that chart, look at the aerosol as you breathe it. You put it in a room, 70 to 75 degrees, 20% humidity, low humidity. It lasts, the half-life is about an hour. But you get outside and it cuts down to a minute and a half. Very significant difference when it gets hit with UV rays. Mr. President, while there are many unknown links in the COVID-19 transmission chain, we believe these trends can support practical decision-making to lower the risks associated with the virus. If I could have my next slide, and while that comes up, you'll see a number of some practical applications.
This guy is ready. He's got his slides. He's got applications for how this can all help. All right, good.
For example, increasing the temperature and humidity of potentially contaminated indoor spaces appears to reduce the stability of the virus. And extra care may be warranted for dry environments that do not have exposure to solar light. We're also testing disinfectants, readily available. We've tested bleach. We've tested isopropyl alcohol on the virus, specifically in saliva or in respiratory fluids. And I can tell you that bleach will kill the virus in 5 minutes. Isopropyl alcohol will kill the virus in 30 seconds. And that's with no manipulation, no rubbing, just spraying it on and leaving it go. You rub.
Okay, now to me, this all sounds like, you know, shit we can do, common sense stuff around our home to make us less vulnerable or at risk of this, if it is around our home. And I think everybody hearing it was like, oh, yeah, another boring, hey, here's what we can do to stay safe, right? I mean, there's no way this could be anything more than that, right?
And it goes away even faster. We're also looking at other disinfectants, specifically looking at the COVID-19 virus in saliva.
So supposing we hit the...
All right. Now, this is where the rubber meets the road on this moment. That's what the guy said. Bill Bryan said all that, and then the president takes it down this road. And now the world is like, whoa. Now, if I'm in that room, if I'm Dr. Birx, or if I'm Dr. Fauci, or if I'm this Bill Bryan guy and the president starts going down where he's about to go down, I'm like, oh, shit. What's that Snickers commercial? Want to get away? No. It's Southwest Airlines. Want to get away? Boom. And then you just like duck out the side door as soon as this want to get away.
Body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light. And I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said,
Okay, hold on. No offense, but the president bounces around a lot of times. He'll start a sentence, he'll stop it, he'll start a new sentence. He won't complete the sentence, he'll start a new sentence.
No rubbing, just spraying it on and leaving it go. You rub it and it goes away even faster. We're also looking at other disinfectants, specifically looking at the COVID-19 virus in saliva.
so supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. So we'll see. But the whole concept of the light, the way it kills it in 1 minute, that's pretty powerful.
All right. If you're in that room and you're one of the staff, I mean, like, seriously, if I'm Fauci, let's say I'm in the other room, there's another boring Bill Bryan, sunlight, clean your countertop moment, shit, and then I hear that follow-up, I'm like, oh, my God. I run towards the nearest window, plate glass, go through it and out, and then I die. That's what I do. No! 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 We thought he was kidding in the break room when he was suggesting that we fly someone to the sun. What? We're going to launch someone directly into the sun and then bring them back. I know I'm not a bit pissed about this. This is funny shit. Okay? We're going to launch somebody to the sun and bring them back and test them. We're going to stick the swab up their nose. Their skin is... Wow, they're vaporized. We killed it. We killed COVID with vaporization. No, it won't work. Okay, what do you say we get some Christmas lights and we make Fauci swallow the Christmas lights and then he shits them out, but they're still hanging out of his mouth and out of his asshole. Birx is going to be on one end. Bill Bryan will be on the business end. And then you pull back and forth. You have a tug of war with the Christmas lights in Fauci, and we'll floss his asshole with light. That should do it in about a minute. It's a tremendous minute. It's tremendous light. We win. And then while we're at it, what we're going to do is we're going to snort bleach and perhaps some scrubbing bubbles. We'll put that into a Jell-O mold. We'll have a scrubbing bubbles Jell-O mold. And we're encouraging people to eat the Jell-O mold with scrubbing bubbles and snort up the bleach. Then that would be... Can you imagine? He actually said maybe there can be an injection of disinfectant. I understand out-of-the-box thinking, but at some point, I mean, why didn't somebody, like, tackle him or anything? Secret Service say, no, stop, not get, no. And in all seriousness, here's why this is bad. You got to get out in front of this. First of all, there's going to be a point when clarification has to be made. You actually have to say, and it has to come from his mouth, where he says, look, that is not what I meant. I was just thinking out of the box. I was just spitballing there, spitballing about UV inside, swallowing a light bulb and injecting Lysol. Again, he didn't say specifically Lysol. He said a disinfectant injection. He talked about putting light inside the body. He needs to clarify that, right? You must clarify it. Somebody's going to ask him about it, and I think it's fair. You need to fix that. That's okay. If you did get in the weeds, I'll give you a pass. You're just trying to be optimistic and come up with something to say. It's stupid, yes, but at the same time, you must fix this. So there's that. Now I don't think this is the time. I don't think anybody should say, well, he's a criminal and he needs to die. I don't think anything is like that is fair. This is a fuck up. This is a first class fuck up. And I don't know if he's going to say anything, but there needs some clarification at least. Because now Lysol is coming out and saying, hold on, do not snort the fucking scrubbing bubbles. Do not make a Jell-O mold of scrubbing bubbles and eat it with your, because you know somebody's going to do that. Hell, if some dumbass is moronic enough to drink the fish cleaner, you know that tonight over in Borculo, those MAGA hat wearing sons of bitches are going to bust out the Ajax and fucking have an orgy with it. So something's got to be done here before half the population's dead. Holy shit. What? Inject the disinfectant? Put UV inside of you? Hey, man, I got a great-looking suntan on my pancreas. What? Holy shit. I didn't want to believe it. But that's what he said. And don't give me context. Don't give me fake news. That's what he said. Fuck! Shit! All right. This will not be done with that. This will come, maybe not today, but it's going to come back up. I can promise you there's going to be follow-up on this. Send your comments, concerns to Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Send me your notes that say, Zane, I'm not following you anymore because I don't like that. Shut the fuck up. I'm as mad as you are, dick. Shit! My God. Why is that all crackly?
Hello?
Hey, Nate, it's Eric. How are you?
Hey, Eric, I'm good. How are you?
Never better. Nate Gillespie from the Coronavirus Civilian Corps. Welcome to the show.
Good to be on the show. Thanks for having me and highlighting our effort.
You know what's weird is as soon as it started to ring, it was getting all crackly and crinkly. I think it's something on my end. I might have to hang it up and try it again. You know, and if that doesn't work, I'll have to come up with a plan B. Is that okay?
That's fine.
All right.
Good to me.
I'm gonna call right back. No doubt the connection is not working well because of the rage in my heart right now after the lung scrubbing moment. We're going to get scrubbing bubbles. Yeah, I think we're good now.
Try number 2?
Yeah, buddy. We're in business.
Awesome.
You know, you're on the tail end of a rant that it's one of the strongest rants I've ever done in my entire life. That's the only way I'm able to do this podcast is through the rant. And I don't know if you can appreciate rants, but I just had a huge meltdown.
I do appreciate the need for the occasional rant.
The point of it was, did you hear the president said the words disinfect, the injection about the using disinfectant injection I can't even say it, injections?
You know, I didn't see the actual clip, but I did see a couple headlines about it, and I was a little bit confused. Didn't seem like standard medical practice.
Oh my God. It's really bad, really bad. So I just went crazy about it. So all right, I'm trying to put that behind me. But I'm glad you're here because I heard the story yesterday about something you are doing to help local business, and that's kind of been our goal here on the show. In addition to having fun and doing our thing, it's to spotlight local businesses. But I mean, I can only do so much. But you came up with this tremendous idea for the coronavirus civilian. Civilian Civilian Corp. Is that right?
That's right. CCC, Coronavirus Civilian Corps.
Sorry, my brain is fried right now. And that is a Facebook page that has a very unique way of getting money to the hands of our local businesses. Can you take everybody through it, please, Nate?
Absolutely. So the idea kind of formed when a couple friends and I were getting increasingly concerned with the nature of the spread of the virus, the public health concerns, the economic impact we thought that might have. And so we wanted to organize a group of friends and fellow Grand Rapidians to help in an effort to reduce some of that painful impact of this virus on our community. So what we did was we built a Facebook page and invited a bunch of our friends to join, and they invited more friends. And so this thing has kind of snowballed into a more sophisticated effort than we originally imagined. But we are doing three things that can be summed up by the words serve, give, and spend. The serve component is volunteerism in any capacity associated with needs arising from the coronavirus. So lots of food distribution, food delivery, and other assorted volunteering things that are carved out as essential by the governor's executive order. The giving piece is related to small fundraisers we're doing for local nonprofits. Currently doing one for Mel Trotter, just to help fill the gap for budget needs above and beyond what local philanthropy and federal, state, and local aid can provide. And the third, and the piece that most coincides with the great work you're doing highlighting local businesses, is targeted spend campaigns. So what we do is say, look, everybody needs to eat, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. There's a bunch of small businesses around our community that happen to make amazing food that we've all enjoyed from time to time. So what we're doing is simple. We're just telling everyone within our network, on our page or across our social media platforms, to say, hey, let's go to, for example, City Built Brewing tonight and order as much food and beer as you can, tip as well as you possibly can, in the hope that through some of these 1 or 2 time revenue windfalls, we're able to fill a small gap in the financial pain a lot of local businesses are experiencing. And it's entirely selfish too, Eric, because it's an excuse for me to go eat delicious food on a really consistent basis.
Oh my God. So, yeah. Hey, have you gained a ton of weight?
Thankfully not. My wife ran track and cross country in college, so she runs laps around me, keeping me in shape.
Oh yeah, and then you get to hang out with her, so win-win. You know, you stay in shape and you go running with the missus.
Absolutely, can't complain.
This is awesome, and I guess my first question is, or second question, it would be, how can the audience get involved and help, Nate?
So many ways, and more will be coming down the pipeline here across all three of those capacities I mentioned. The simplest way for folks to get involved is to follow the Facebook page. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn now, and we'll be populating more and more of these events on there. So that's kind of, the Facebook page is the one-stop shop right now for everything that we're doing. So all of our events are on there. We just came up with a simple T-shirt design that we're also using as a fundraiser alongside the existing Mel Trotter effort. So I'd encourage folks to go check out the Facebook page, get involved in any way they feel so inclined, give to the fundraiser that's on there, and come join us. Saturday is the most immediate one. We're going to Wolfgang's for brunch. So 8 to 2 p.m. We will all be there hopefully enjoying some good breakfast with everyone that's listening in right now.
Okay, now a lot of people might be like, well, Wolfgang, isn't that like a national brand? Still, these are all people that work there that need to be working. So this is all part of it. It doesn't matter, right?
Absolutely. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to hit a diverse base of restaurants across the city, north, south, east, west, different types of food, trying to highlight as many restaurants as we can. So each one of these places is in significant financial pain right now. And so as many of these places as we can highlight in these targeted spend efforts, the better. And it's certainly, again, a diverse situation from a very small kind of mom and pop restaurant to maybe a slightly larger operation, but still has a significant need in the community.
Now, Nate Gillespie from the Coronavirus Civilian Corps Facebook page, it's helping local business. Some people might be like, well, I can't go and spend money at it every time they do this. You know that, but still, the more people there who can maybe even just once add to the pile for a restaurant is absolutely paramount.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have a range of folks involved in the effort. Got a couple hundred people involved so far on the Facebook page. And from there, you've got folks who are at every single one of these events. And then you have some people that say, you know what, I can't afford to go out every single time. And maybe I don't want to risk driving for curbside pickup or delivery. Delivery is just not going to make sense for us in the budget on a consistent basis. Even if somebody comes out just once, that's a meaningful difference they're making in the community.
Absolutely. Nate, how can local businesses be a recipient? Like you talked about the brewery earlier. What did you say the name of that was?
City Built Brewery.
Yeah. How did
one of the places we've gone.
City Built Brewery.
So,
did you go to them? Did they come to you? Can a business get involved by actually petitioning you?
Absolutely. We'd welcome for folks to reach out and certainly let us know if they have an interest in participating, or rather being the recipient of one of these events. As of right now, there's so many restaurants out there, and so we're doing our best to hit as many as we can with a frequency that's not going to sacrifice still having a meaningful number of folks out there, because we can't do one every day, or else we'd have 10 people go instead of dozens, or hopefully we get up to an even larger scale. So folks can certainly reach out to us. Right now we have a pretty large, short list, but it's becoming more of a long list at this point of places that we'd like to frequent next. But even if a business isn't on the targeted spend list for the next month or so, we'd still be delighted to help out in any way we can. We have a lot of talented folks that can help across other capacities, not just ordering food.
This is going to blow up even bigger, too. I totally picture this becoming the only thing you do over time if you continue to do this amazing work. You're going to be so overwhelmed. You're going to be like, well, you know what? I guess I'm like the Grand Rapids guy who's going to make sure that this happens for everybody as a full-time job. That's the type of spirit you're starting to portray because of this. And considering you started it from nothing just to help other people in a selfless way is absolutely stunning. And I'm sure your mom and dad are proud of you, Nate.
Well, look, I've still got my job, and my wife is all set on unemployment after being furloughed. So since we're in a position right now where we're quite blessed, I would say, given the circumstances, it's a delight just to be able to help out. And we have so many incredible people that are involved in this effort already that have helped build kind of an organizational structure to handle, taking on more and more activities like this. So I appreciate your support and the kind words. We are just happy to help and hopefully bring a smile to local businesses and fellow West Michiganders as they join us in the effort to help make the city prosper just a little bit more in this hard time.
This is exceptional, Nate. The Coronavirus Civilian Corps on Facebook, and I will link it up so that the audience and all you want them to do is like it and look at it, see what's up, and they might be pushed into this type of spirit that you're putting out, and then the more people that you have helping you, the better off everybody is. So I'm really happy that you're doing this. And I guess the next thing I want to talk to you about is you're what, in your mid-20s maybe?
That's right. That's
okay.
Right. 24.
My God, you sound like someone who's like 54 in terms of the wiseness. You know what I mean? Just how much life you've lived to be that young and to have this type of thought process, helping others like that. Not everybody does that at that age. When I was 24, I mean, all I was worried about was trying to convince my wife that I could stay out all night at the bar. And here you are doing this. So that you're kind of a rare dude, you know?
Well, I entirely blame that on good parents and a great wife. So hardly can take credit for that.
Oh, yeah.
But
and you're smart too by giving them the credit too. I love that.
Well, it is well deserved. I will tell you that. So it's just the way I was raised, and we only get one life, and so we might as well invest it as much as we can. The only thing we can take with us is what we do for other people. So that's what we're working on.
Good job, Nate, and good job to your mom and dad. Good job to your wife. You all sound like spectacular people, and I wish you nothing but the best. And I'll be checking out the page, and hopefully others will too. And God willing, we'll be through this before you know it. You know.
Amen to that. Sooner the better. So thank you for your support, Eric. We look forward to having you participate in some of these things. And again, thanks for highlighting the effort. More people that get involved again, the more folks we can help out. So
the least I could do. The least I could do, Nate. I wish you the best, and I'll talk to you down the road, okay?
Sounds great. Thanks, Eric.
All right, buddy. Peace. Nate Gillespie, and the Facebook page again is Coronavirus Civilian Corps. That's a takeoff, I think, of the old Civil Conservation Corps. I think that's what they were known as in the Great Depression. Like the president said, we're putting America to work. And they're like, oh, yeah, what are we going to do? I'm a banker. What am I supposed to do? Well, you get together with a bunch of bankers. We're going to send you up to, northern Michigan. We're going to have a work camp there. You're going to live in a tent with a bunch of stinky bastards. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to plant trees. You're going to plant the shit out of those trees, and I'm going to give you a paycheck, and you're going to send it home to your wife, and we're going to feed you. We're going to give you a place to stay. It's a tent. And you're going to plant trees for the next 3 months. And then that's going to get you back on your feet. Go, go, go. So maybe that's what he's getting at. Coronavirus Civilian Corps. I keep struggling with that word. Okay. You know what I got? I just bought this thing, and I haven't even used it yet. Because I'm constantly looking down, and you actually hear me drop off the mic. It's because my head's down, looking at the next thing I'm going to do. Well, I bought this thing, and I haven't even used it, and the point of it is to, put it on there so that it's right in front of me so that I don't have to drop my head. And it's just sitting there on the ground. I haven't even used it. Idiot. Okay. All right. Deep breath. We have a lot more podcasting to get to. We got to talk. Where I live, the governor has extended the stay at home, and everybody's flipping out again. John from Jennison, I'm going to beat the shit out of him because he's a dummy. No need to wipe your groceries anymore. I don't know about that. I'll get to that coming up next. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. I'm such an idiot. Every time I talk about them, I give you the phone number, and I didn't write it down. Call them at 616-202-5538. So let's say your car's on the fritz. You're like, I still need it, man. I still need my car, even though I'm not like the whole virus is there. I got to have a fixed car. What do I do? Easiest way to do it is call that number, 616-202-5538, if you are in West Michigan. Irvine's going to come get it. They're going to repair it. You're going to pay them over the phone. They're going to bring the car back disinfected. After they're going to cough out the disinfectant out of their lungs, because that's where we're all going to have it. We're going to have bleach in our lungs. We're going to go, and it's going to shoot out onto the dash, and then they're going to clean the car. That's not really happening. As if I needed to tell you that. And then that's it. That's how you get your car taken care of. That's how Irvine's is doing it. Call them at 616-202-5538. JM Synthetics. Maybe you're not into having Irvine's fix your car. Maybe you want to change the oil. Well, the oil you put in the car should be AMSOIL. They, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, they invented AMSOIL. They invented synthetic motor oil, and they called it AMSOIL, A-M-S oil. And one of my listeners, Jason, is a top distributor of it. This is how they get it out into the world, through distributors. And he is it. So anywhere in the USA, you get in touch with Jason and buy the AMSOIL. The oil, the gear lube, whatever it is. Okay? 616-747-0233 is his number. Or just go to jmsynthetics.com, all right? And get your damn oil and fix your car, dummy. All right. And one more. A&E Heating and Cooling, one of my amazing listeners said, doesn't Zane have a sponsor who fixes like heaters and furnaces? And this is a perfect example. I talked about this on an earlier podcast. Of how no matter how many times I say it, most people, it goes in one ear and out the other. That's why you got to beat them over the head with it. A&E Heating and Cooling, Senor Martinez, Pendejo. 616-516-8579. You call him, and it's great now because the promotion is he's waived the trip charge. Normally to get him out of the casa into your casa is $65. He's waived that. And you mentioned the show, you're going to save 10%. He uses Comfort Maker heaters and air conditioners, the best in the business. All right? There could be a brand new install that you're working on. You're still going to save 10% when Joe installs the Comfort Maker products. He is a longtime sponsor of this show, and I thank him so much. Please patronize him by calling him at 616-516-8579. He's essential because some of you people, the heater, the air conditioner is going to go out in a moment's notice. You got to have him fix it. Plus, you need that thing maintained. The heater, the heating system, and the air conditioning system once per year, and he can get you on that yearly schedule for super cheap. He's the cheapest around and the best. Don't call big company. They're going to bend you over Joe's pinata. Don't do it. All right. Deep breath. So much more podcasting to get to today. So, in Michigan, Governor Whitmer has said, yep, I'm extending the order a little longer. May 15th, the stay at home. Now, I just want to tell you, she might extend that more. So you better start to wrap your mind around it. If she decides to do that, you're going to have to live with that. And as I've said many times before, I am a clear thinker when it comes to common sense. And I am fully in lockstep with the governor, the Democratic governor of Michigan, when it comes to staying at home. You know who else is in lockstep? I believe, and I don't think he'd admit it, Trump. Because Trump has been talking about the governor of Georgia, who's a moron, saying there's no way Georgia should be opened. There's no way in hell Georgia should be open. So it stands to reason he 100% agrees with Whitmer, even though the dummy keeps posting things like Liberate Michigan, which was stupid. So, yeah, you know, and now it kind of makes me scratch my head because people I know who are smart disagree with Whitmer. And John from Jenison, who I love dearly, is like, yep, she's a power hungry move. She's on a power trip. She's just doing this. It's a government overreach. I keep hearing that word, government overreach. And and if you're the type of person that's so weak-minded that me talking about this is going to cause you to freak out and unfollow me and never listen to my show again, well, to hell with you. I don't give a shit. Open up your ears. Jesus. Open your mind. And I don't care. Keep your mind closed. But just understand that this is what a lot of people feel, and I want other people to stay alive. The morons who say it's government overreach. This is what you're suggesting. You are suggesting that the governor of Michigan is intentionally trying to keep you under her thumb to destroy commerce and livelihood in the state. That she is actually wants to hurt people and business in our state. This state is the manufacturing backbone of the entire country. Why in God's name would she even consider that, knowing that it would be her legacy that she is helping to single-handedly destroy the country? That has nothing to do with it. And you need to give up that dumb notion that this is an intentional move to try to hurt business. Stop it, all right? That is not the case. Who would do that? This is about my life and your life and death. One of the things these morons say is, yeah, but look, man, New York, 1 in 5 people got it. They developed antibodies. This thing's not that serious. I know. I agree with you a lot. Well, now, I agree with you that a lot more people do have the virus that we're being told because they don't know. The testing, you can't test everybody all at once. But they are finding out that more people have had it. And a lot of people didn't even show any symptoms. All the more reason to flatten this thing. Because, again, it proves a point. You don't know who you're getting sick. My mother's old folks' home, in a bit of news, just found out that a worker has it. Wow. Now, every time you turn around, there's an old folks' home with, 60% death. That's where my mom is right now. My mom and Wally. They're in a place, it's there. It is in the doors, despite all the efforts, in the doors. Because this is a tricky virus. And the only thing that can separate us to getting clean air and recover economically in quicker fashion is time away from each other. It's proven. Go back 102 years, the Spanish flu pandemic. The cities that quarantined and stayed away economically recovered faster than the dummies like in states like Georgia will experience over time. Actually, I don't know that. Who knows? Maybe they'll figure it out. But as of right now, this gives us the best chance to survive. So stop. Enough with the politicizing this very real life and death scenario. It's about staying alive. It's not about you and your business. It sucks. It's going to suck. It's terrible. But it's to keep you and others alive. So stop it. Meanwhile, this story came out that, hey, you don't need to wipe down your groceries or your takeout food. Experts say, but do wash your hands. My response to that is, eat shit. Do wipe down your groceries and your takeout for the reasons I just got done explaining, dope. If this virus travels silently, and we're learning much more silently than we thought with the millions more that are infected that we don't even know about, what's to keep Doug at Aldi from wiping his nose and touching the can of stew? Nothing. And we just heard from Bill Bryan of the CDC said, yeah, it can live on there for extended time. Why are you telling me not to wipe down my products? Of course I'm going to wipe down my products. I don't want my family touching them. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And then don't wipe down your food. Well, when Floyd brings the food to the house and drops it off, I don't know where that guy's been. First of all, I should wipe it down anyway because he probably touched his asshole. So, yes, definitely wipe it down. You don't know where anybody's been. So this story is stupid. And so now you're probably going to, it says we have no proof. FDA has heard your concerns about shopping for #food safely. We want to assure you excuse me, there is currently no evidence of human or animal food or food packaging being associated with transmission of the virus. Okay, that doesn't mean it hasn't happened. So I would say continue doing the precautions you've been doing. If you've made it this far and you more than likely haven't gotten sick, just keep doing that. And remember, if worse comes to worse, we could always fly you to the sun or tan your pancreas, or just do a new highly sought-out bleach enema, or get a hot new Clorox nebulizer today, and we could possibly scrub the lungs. I still can't believe it. I need a poll. Was that the greatest rant of all time? I mean, seriously, I know it felt good. I know the yelling, the deep breathing, the hand to face, the discuss, it all felt supercharged rant-like. I hope it landed. All right. So that's what's up. What else do I have for you today? Talk to Nate. All right. Let's play some audio here. This is stupid. This is what's been happening with people. A lot of people in entertainment are trying to do their best, do their shows. They do the best they can. This was a little disappointing, though. This dude from I forget what show, the Late Late Show, James Corden. He does the car karaoke thing. British dude, really charming. Everybody loves him. He did this dumb shit bit. It's so awkward, and it's with a person that half of you hate. And I don't care for her, and she drives me crazy. And politically, I don't agree with anything she says. It's 80-year-old Nancy Pelosi. By the way, I did a little research on her. You know, there's a picture of her as a young girl with John F. Kennedy, and Kennedy is looking right at her boobies. It's really weird. It's an old school picture, obviously, and there's Kennedy. And Pelosi is there as a young girl, just standing there looking at him, and he's looking right at her boobs. It's really strange. So anyway, Pelosi is on Corden's show, and she's from her house, and everybody gave her tons of shit about this. I'm giving her shit because the bit sucks. I'm actually giving James Corden more shit than Pelosi, but it's just so dumb. Corden is like, all right, let's do a bit here where I ask Nancy what she's eating. Hey, yeah, let's check it out. Here it is.
Welcome back. We're here with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and we've asked her to share something from her home for a little late show and tell. Speaker Pelosi, what have you found? What are you going to share with us from your home?
Chocolate.
Really?
Chocolate candy.
I like how he acts shocked, even though it's worked out well in advance. They know exactly what they're going to do.
Oh, wow.
And this is something you can get through the mail.
Okay.
Never run out. Can I show you?
Me. Yeah, absolutely. This is the episode of Cribs I never knew I needed. Oh, my. Wow.
It's ice cream, folks. She has a freezer full of ice cream. And Corden, wow, he's blown away by that.
Other people in our family go for some other flavors, but chocolate, and then we have some other chocolate here.
See, I've always felt a connection with you. And
that was a courtesy laugh. Now he's realizing this bit sucks shit, and he's trying to talk his way through it.
Now I understand why.
Mm-hmm.
Since you've been isolating in your house, how much of your regular diet do you think is ice cream and candy?
What the fuck is going on here?
Well, as much as possible. It is. I enjoy it. I like it better than anything else. And I don't know why, but it seems to agree with me. I have a lot of energy, and we just got restocked with the ice cream right for Easter Sunday because we were, shall we say, enjoying. I don't know what I would have done if ice cream were not invented. I just wonder.
I agree.
Cool story, horrible bitch.
I don't know who I am without it.
Cool story, horrible bitch.
Oh, my God. What is going on where James Corden is giving Nancy Pelosi all of that time to open her freezer and look at ice cream? Is this where we are? Look, I get shit all the time about Zane, man. Fucking, I'm not feeling it. The show sucks. Terrible. Everything you do, it just sounds like shit. I can't. It's better than that. And that guy's a multimillionaire, and so is she. Holy cow. So, the other thing about that is there's backlash on Pelosi. Now, it's not Pelosi's fault that James Corden called her up and said, hey, I want to do a dumb bit. I mean, she's just doing what she's asked, and what does she care, you know? But then people are giving her shit, saying, ha, Pelosi, I hate you. You and your $13 pints of ice cream and your $24,000 freezer. Fuck you. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, she didn't do anything there. For once, she does nothing to alienate anybody. She opened up her freezer. I mean, why are we blaming her on this? This is Corden's fault. What the fuck was that? So awkward. Also awkward yesterday, the NFL draft went on, and I've got a couple things about the draft and football in general. And one is a hilarious story about Tom Brady. Tom Brady's time in Tampa has been met with all sorts of these hilariously silly moments with him, and I couldn't be happier about it. But Brady has just been stepping in it left and right. But before I get to that, I need to play this for you. The NFL draft went on. They did it all remotely. You got Zoom everywhere. No one's in the same room. So-and-so is announced as the number one pick. Joe Burrow, they have a camera in his house. They're live streaming. Everybody goes, yeah, you're a millionaire. Boo, you're playing for the Bengals. I wonder if that's in the back of his brain that he's playing for the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, seriously. I forget most of the people. This the dude from defensive end from Ohio State. He goes to, I don't remember. I barely follow it. Lions get guy from Ohio State. Okuda, I think his name is. He's really good. Tua goes to Miami. And I mean, I just don't follow that shit. I don't care enough. But the broadcast was weird. So there's one clip that I think can kind of exemplify that, and this is kind of you have to see it. But let me paint a picture for you. On your TV screen, and you'll be able to see it. I'll link it up, and it's, of course, going to be on In the News of EricZaneShow.com. Is several faces from the different, it's like Zoom, okay? And so you see all these NFL talking heads. A lot of them used to play football. Kurt Warner, Michael Irvin, Booger McFarlane, the guy who does all the draft things, Mel Kiper, with that oddly shaped head of his. He looks like a real-life Stewie Griffin. And the guy talking is Trey Wingo from ESPN, I believe. And Wingo elaborates on a point. He finishes his thought. And, I mean, to me, it sounded like the rest of the talking heads, one of them should have said, that's right, That's right, Trey. And this is what we mean by that. Or, yeah, that's right, Trey. I agree. And here's, it's kind of like, it was almost like he was handing it off to them without actually saying, Booger, what do you think? None of the 6 other dudes take it. And they all just stare at their web cameras. And there's this long silence. Wingo realizes it's fucked and then picks it up on his own. This was so awkward. So here you go. This is how that sounded. Wait a minute. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Very good. On mark, set, go.
Was gross. We knew he had potential, but over the next 7 months, he worked his bleep off, and now you see what he's become. He is an amazing story. So we'll see what happens here. And now we're taking a look at the first of two picks in the first round by the Raiders. Again, we were supposed to be there celebrating the potential of the Raiders moving.
Oh, no. And they were nodding the whole time. Not one of them did anything to rescue Wingo. Oh, my God. If I'm Wingo and they go to commercial, I do like Fauci when Trump's talking about the scrubbing bubble jello mold and run out the window. Bye. Bye, world. See you around. Too much.
Was gross. We knew he had potential, but over the next 7 months, he worked his bleep off, and now you see what he's become. He is an amazing story. So we'll see what happens here, and now we're taking a look at the first of two picks in the first round by the Raiders. Again, we were supposed to be there celebrating the potential of the Raiders moving.
Oh, boy. Very, very strong. Woo. Okay, I'm going to end with the Tom Brady story. I got one more thing sponsor-wise to get out of the way, and then I'm going to end with the Brady story to end the free podcast for the week. The Brady story is classic. I love Tom Brady even more now after this bit of silliness. But first, of course, Van Dyke Mortgage. The mortgage industry has not slowed down. You can still get your mortgage. You can still get your home. In fact, now is a great time. The rates are low, and there's plenty of homes. So call upon Mario Flores, the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. At least just call and interview him over the phone. Get a couple interviews under your belt with different mortgage people. Mario's going to nail the interview every time. 231-932-6505. Just ask Zaniac, Bleeding Heart Brian about Mario. You can be the next member of the Zane Show Army to get on board with Mario. 231-332-6505. Some of you are like, man, I just need cash out of the house. I ain't working. Call on Mario. He's going to help you out. Thank you to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Baldwin Ace Hardware, essential and open. An oasis of DIY awesomeness in the Northland. You can buy paint. You can buy fertilizer. All right? Get it all at Baldwin Ace Hardware. They're open. All the employees are working. Mike and Jennifer Gilmurray are struggling. They need your dollars. So if you are in and around there and you need to get stuff, get it there. And when you go up north, when we are allowed to go up north, get your stuff there. Thank you to Baldwin Ace Hardware. Last but certainly not least, I'm honored to be able to talk about the initiatives that the Kent County Health Department has for the community. And these apply to any community, okay? And specifically the WIC program. Some of you are like, man, I don't have any damn money. I can't buy food. 616-632-7200 for the Kent County Health Department. You get a card, it's like a debit card, and it says WIC right on it. And then you go to the store, you use it, it's loaded with cash, you get your staple food, and it's paid for. Use it. You've been paying it all your life. Use it. Utilize food banks, utilize churches, utilize WIC. Do it. Take advantage of it. 616-632-7200. There's a frequently asked questions page at ericzaneshow.com. Get you all the information you need. If you are just joining us again, the news, my mom's facility that she lives in, which is enormous. It's an enormous apartment living with care. So there's nurses on staff. The food is served. There's a common area to hang out and shoot pool and play rummy cube and whatever it is you do when you're living in an environment like that for old people. Mom and Wally have been there locked down. Somebody came to work diagnosed with COVID-19. This is very, very real. From what I'm understanding, the employee of the facility has never had any interaction with Mom and Wally, but that does not matter because all it takes is Guy rub his eye, put his hand down, and someone else touch that, and then you got it. And the old folks, holy crap, man. This thing goes through there like wildfire. So keep your fingers crossed. Keep the prayers coming. If you're Stu, just a few thoughts, no prayers. I don't want Stu's prayers. It won't work if Stu prays. I only need thoughts from Stu. He's probably going to be like, shut up, Zane. But that's going on right now. The person stopped was what was it? The 20th of April is the last time the sick person was in the facility, the infected person. So today is what? 24. So cross your fingers. 10 more days of 0 infections, and we can breathe a sigh of relief. So that's kind of running through my brain. Still trying to do the show and put up with crybabies announcing that they're unfollowing me with that on my mind. I'm getting more and more pissed about that as time passes, by the way. All right. I got to get over it. Quit being butthurt, Eric. All right. You heard the story about Tom Brady? He's trying to make his way in Tampa. Brand new team. Shows up at the park, checking the football around, probably working on his footwork. Some city employee in Tampa comes in and says, look, Joker, get out of here. You're not supposed to be in the park. He's like, oh, shit. Oh, God, sorry. How embarrassing is that? Tom Brady was told to go home, and he did so. If it ended there, that would be it. I wouldn't be bringing that story back up again. Excuse me, but so he's supposed to go and have a face-to-face meeting with one of his coaches. A guy used to play in the league. I remember the name Byron Leftwich. He was a quarterback, and now Leftwich is the offensive coordinator for Tampa. All right? And so the coach of Tampa says, all right, man, I need you to go over to Coach Leftwich's house and do your thing and get with him. Keep social distance, and then that's it. So that's where it ends. Now, the other side of the story. Some guy is in his house. His name is David Kramer. Doesn't have anything to do with football. David Kramer is in his house. He's making lunch. He's quarantined. And all of a sudden, he hears the doorknob jiggling. And he's like, what's that? And then he hears the door open and a person come walking into the home. And the way he described it was he could tell that it was a large person because of the shadow, which is crazy. Tom Brady's a big-ass guy. He's a tall dude. Fucking Brady went into the wrong house. And this guy is like, Tom Brady could have been shot and killed. Oh, my God. The guy says, I'm sitting here. I see a big shadow fill up the door. Doorknob turns, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, who's coming in my house? I was just sitting here, and then I watched this man walk into my home. Kramer had left his front door locked because he's selling the home and had multiple people over to see the property, he said, but he wasn't expecting any company there. And he doesn't even know it's Brady at that point. Brady's carrying duffel bags, dropped them on the floor, and looked at this dude, David Kramer. How's it going, man? Kramer said that Brady said, hey, how's it going, man?
Hi, I'm Tom Brady, and I'm a crybaby, and I have a butthole in my chin.
Kramer says, well, I'm like sarcastically saying, I don't know. You tell me, dude. Like, who are you? And then Brady looked at me with a very confused face that I'll never forget for the rest of my life. Am I in the wrong house? Tom Brady says to dude. What a klutz. I love this so much. I think so, Kramer said. But who are you looking for? Where are you supposed to be? Brady said, does Byron live here? And dude said, no, this isn't, no one names Byron lives here. I'm David. I live here. Brady starts apologizing profusely, picks up his shit, and walks out the door. It's at this point the gears start working in this Kramer dude's head. And he's like, wait a minute. That's Tom Brady. he froze for several seconds, according to this article, trying to comprehend what had just happened. After he figures it out, he rushes to get his phone to take a picture. But at that point, Brady had made it to the next residence and is walking into Leftwich's home. Kramer said that the homes look very similar. And, of course, the guy has no hard feelings. This guy writes, people make fun of me because I play the lottery. He said, but somebody has to win the lottery. So this is just fantastic. How great is this? Now, if you're Brady, hang on, I got a cough. I can't handle it. I need to bleach my lungs. That joke is not going to get old. God, sorry. Somebody shoot me to the sun. If you're Brady, you're like, oh, my God. Because he's very good-natured, Tom Brady. He is a polite, sweet man. You got to bang on that guy's door and say, dude, man, here, let's get a picture. Here's a couple of tickets. I don't know. Maybe not even that. Just ridiculous. Tom Brady is a beacon of hope to the people of Tampa just for not only the ability to play football, but just the silliness that has accompanied him. What an absolute darling. Here you have the world's most handsome man with one of the most beautiful women on the planet, world's most beautiful wife, great kids, all this money he's going to pump into the community, shows up, gets yelled at by city worker for being in the park, blows a conch. Gronk comes running down the street. You know everybody's going to be partying with Gronk before you know it, man. Holy shit. And then he walks into some dude's house, and he's an idiot, and everyone's like, oh, come on, man. And he's going to lead him to the Super Bowl. I tell you what, I love the Detroit Lions, and that's my team, tried and true, but I sure am hoping and praying for the success of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. If it ain't the Lions, it's got to be Tampa. Fantastic. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am eternally blessed to have you here supporting this podcast. Sorry if your butt hurt. Sorry if you don't like the swearing. Sorry if you don't like the fact that I say exactly what's on my mind. Tough. Some do. And they keep me afloat. You don't like it? Hit the road. Eric at EricZaneShow.com for your concerns. If you want to make an announcement that you are leaving the show. You fucking asshole. All right. Have a great rest of your whatever. I'll be on Patreon kicking more ass. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. If you're not too offended. Till then, make sure you keep your lungs disinfected, swallow your Christmas lights. Till next time, have a great rest of the whatever and have a good one. Bye-bye, folks. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Wow. Okay, that's really ignorant.
Facebook's right, Facebook's right. You are wrong and I am right. You are a stupid prick. You can suck my big fat dick. This is another Facebook fight.
Andrea, put your tits away.
We should have just, Andrea, put your tits away.